So, okay, welcome to the sofa.
Thank you.
Look, we're friends. We have a banner, we have a t-shirt, we have a mini sofa. Hi, everyone.
Yes.
We have Julia here with us today. Julia, tell us about everything about you. Not everything. the good thoughts.
Right, so I'm German originally, Bavarian. I always kind of make sure and point that out. And I've lived in Dublin for 25 years now, which is
25.
long. Much longer than I've ever lived in my home country. So,
What took you there? Why did you end up in Dublin?
what took me there? I just decided to go and improve my English after secondary school. That was the plan, 6 months.
Wow.
And here I am. And 3 weeks later, I met my husband. And that was,
That's so cute. We just talk about Maria Jose and Chiara, who are there, and they have very similar stories.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
every immigrant in London who ends up in localization must have a similar story.
Yeah.
And how did you end up in localization?
Just I learned English very quickly when I was there. Just partying and enjoying my time and making sure I hung out with locals. And I figured I was good at it, and I got interested in that and studied translation after that.
Oh, nice.
And then because of my boyfriend, I went back to Dublin when I was finished with all that and had a little bit of work experience, and learned then that Dublin was the localization place. So yeah.
So you went back to Germany to school.
Yes.
And your husband was from Dublin.
Yes, and he came with me.
Oh, okay.
He asked me on the plane, what's
cute.
please and thank you in German? And he was already like packed bags moving there. So yeah, so he learned it the hard way.
And you got married soon after?
No, 9 years later. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah,
And then SurveyMonkey, you've been with them for?
almost 5 years. It's going to be 5 years
Okay.
in February.
And before, who were you with?
So I learned the ropes at Symantec in the localization team in
This is
Dublin.
when we talked, I think. Yeah.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
I think so.
I think I met
were
you
there, yes.
in at Gala in Istanbul.
Right.
Yes.
That's it. That was a good conference. I remember.
It's 10 years ago,
That's
something?
when I did
Yeah.
that presentation. Did you go to the presentation? I love the presentation.
I think I might have.
That's okay. It was with Diego, and we talked about how I failed to get a contract in Millenary.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes,
You
I do
yeah,
remember
that's
that.
fun. That was a good
yeah.
one. Yeah, so Symantec and SurveyMonkey, and I was telling you that I was on the plane here, Porter Airlines, and they have free Wi-Fi because they don't have in-flight entertainment, the videos, the cameras, and everything. So they had, but to subscribe to their Wi-Fi, you have to watch a little video, and the video was SurveyMonkey.
Yay!
And we already talked about doing this. I said, there you go. And you were telling me about the story. I love the story about the conferences. When the conferences are taking place, they choose.
Yeah. So that's just something that the team has started to do is time these kind of advertisements in a way that we reach our target audience, which is kind of mid-size enterprises. So
Okay, there you go.
you're the perfect, you're the perfect fate.
And I fall for it. I love SurveyMonkey. I think it's a fantastic tool. I really love it. And as I told you, I'm a Node client, so I really like it. Challenges that you're facing today, what are they? Is it AI taking over?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, we have a lot of challenges. We're a small team. We have been scaling. We want to do bigger things.
How many languages?
So we have 15 languages in the UI and 16 on the web, British English being the difference. And we have 57 languages that you can create surveys in.
So
there's
you have
also
British English on the
just for the marketing website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 57 languages that you can create surveys in, and they're pre-translated, ready to go. So we do a little bit of translation load for those as
And
well.
you've been offering this for a while. I remember when we were
Yeah.
using SurveyMonkey more extensively, like 5 or even more years ago. You already offer that machine
Yeah.
translation.
Oh no, it's not machine translation. These are this is just you can change the survey language.
Okay.
And then you create your survey,
But didn't
and
you-
the experience that goes along with that is already available in all those
Oh,
languages.
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But you also had some of the questions, you could translate the questions, though? Am I wrong?
No, not inside the product. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an amazing product. So, yeah, you were saying how is it hitting?
I mean, it's another tool in the toolbox, I would say, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. I don't want to end up in a position where we pursue AI for the sake of AI. That's not, I don't think, how it should be. Our business goals are unchanged. We have to figure out the smartest ways to get to the results that we need. So, and AI is, of course, a huge opportunity.
It is a huge opportunity, and it does improve efficiency and all the things that we know about it.
Yeah.
But I've heard from some people saying that we're now, who was it? It was from a game company. She said, people are asking us how are we applying it. So coming from above, they're saying you need to start using AI. And we need to see that you're no longer writing all your emails, that you're using AI even for the basic tasks of your daily tasks. Mm-hmm. Do you
so the approach is slightly different. The approach has been more about training and getting people comfortable and
Nice.
and showing different ways of using it. And that could be workshops, in-person workshops when we're all together. Like next week we're getting together. There's going to be AI workshops as well. It hasn't really been, an expectation you have to use it in a certain way.
very empowering.
So
Really good.
yeah. But it's a big conversation topic. And of course our product also has a lot of AI built into it.
Yes.
And then my team has been involved in helping train that and test the output that is created by that AI and things like that as well. So that's been a nice journey for us.
And in terms of, so you do you do localization only for the market, or do you do the product as well?
No, everything.
You do everything,
Our
right?
team does everything. Yeah. Product, marketing, legal, help, some sales collateral, some other marketing collateral.
Okay.
Yeah, anything that is not in the source language English usually comes through my team in some shape or form.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you translate everything for all languages, or do you have a tiered?
No, we have a tiered approach for sure.
Okay.
We have 3 tiers, and then even the 3rd tier kind of has like an A and a B.
Right.
And then we map the type of content we cover for each of those tiers as well. So the top markets get everything, the whole experience, including campaigns and some sales collateral. And then the lower tiers still have the UI, the core part of the website, and so the kind of main experience you need to use the product. And then the other higher tiers have more.
You said you couldn't go to any of the sessions today because things are happening. I went to one earlier. This is, so I think we've had 3 or 4, but that's all. But I went to one about accessibility, and you were all over Europe. Has it hit you? Because the accessibility would be a big thing for your customers.
Not specifically my team, but there's been a lot of conversations inside the company around that and identifying where that is still lacking.
Because there's the EU Accessibility Act.
And actually, a person I know very well is leading that effort in the EU. Yeah, he's based in Dublin. Yeah.
This is fun. This is wonderful. You should talk to Fabiano. She's there. She's
okay.
Yes. She's
Okay,
really good.
cool.
Yeah. How many are you on your team?
Yeah. Thanks for saying
Sorry, I should have prepared you.
No.
How many are you just saying?
So I have 5 people in the team in-house, and then we have contractors and vendors to support us, who are really our extended team as well.
5 handling all this volume. This is amazing.
Yeah. So we're very busy, to be honest. But the goal is really to scale as much as possible, to make things repeatable, but to take the care into the content so that it doesn't feel like it was kind of mass-produced, right? To get that balance, right?
Nice.
So,
and you get another session that I saw earlier today. It was Priscilla from Know Before. They developed a training for cybersecurity. And she was saying that we don't measure quality through the standard means, meaning LQA and, checking the vendor quality of the. It's the user feedback. So this is because, and you are very user. What is the ratio of consumers, direct consumers and companies. You said that your sweet spot is middle
Yeah,
size
so
companies.
definitely B2B.
Yeah, okay.
But of course, we have individual users and we have a freemium starting point for the product. But B2B is the focus for sure. Yeah.
And do you get feedback from them? I think there was some sort of, because it's a survey.
Yeah, not that much actually. It must be because our product is so great, right?
Yeah, we don't need that. It is amazing. It's an amazing product. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not too much. I mean, we don't use the standard quality process either. It's kind of a streamlined version because I strongly believe that the humans are the important part, even in quality management, not just in AI, because in the end, it's the human touch that makes the final product what it is. And I want to have a group of people that I can trust, where I have one person that is the final decision maker of what the content should be. And that doesn't have to be an in-house person. That can be a vendor, a trusted person, collaborator that we work with. And their opinion is much more important to me than how many commas we're missing and stuff like that.
So you do content as well? You generate the content and translate, or you're responsible for the translation?
We have done some authoring and copywriting in language before, with help from vendors. We're currently not doing that, but we are obviously thinking about potentially using other tools for that as well. So we'll see. Yeah.
Pretty nice. Julia, anything else you want to share with us? This beautiful audience here?
Anything else? It's my first time at the US LocWorld.
You're joking.
Yes.
You only go to Europe.
I usually go to Europe. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
how has it been?
Amazing, actually. I've bumped into people that I've been connected with for 15 years on LinkedIn, and I met them in person for the first time.
You said that you just met the person you've been working with.
Exactly.
I don't know if you had the chance, go by the harbor, there are otters and there are sea lions and they're the cutest things.
I will go, and I'm going whale watching on Saturday.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, you are?
Yes.
No, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Thank you so much, Julia.
Thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure.